Hello, third graders. I was just watching my kids playing in the sandbox yesterday, and I was noticing they were playing different ways. And I was thinking about how, like, just this big box of sand, and like one of them kind of just kept doing the same thing over and over again, like filling a bucket up and emptying it out, and filling up a bucket and emptying it out. And the other one was like taking trucks and making roads and then building mountains and turning them into volcanoes, and then um, stacking up different cups full of sand into making a castle. And I started to think a little bit about your writing, art writing, for informational writing. And I started thinking about how, in a lot of ways, playing in a sandbox is quite a bit like writing informational pieces. We can sort of do things the same way all the time. We can say the same information that we know about our topic in the exact same ways over and over again, or we could try something new. So today, what I want to teach you is that writers try different structures on for size. They explore a few different ways to structure their pieces, and then they study the ways that these new structures affect the way they think about their topic. And this may or may not affect how they end up organizing their piece. So I thought it would be interesting for us to try this together today. And I thought it might be interesting for us to start with one that you probably know pretty well, boxes and bullets. So I'm going to try each one, and then you might decide you want to try it along with me, or go back and watch this video again and try the ones that interest you. But I'm going to try each one with the cockroaches and see which ones seem to like giving you thought about the way I'm organizing my piece. So let me try it with getting rid of cockroaches as boxes and bullets. And you probably remember doing something like boxes and bullets in the past. Maybe you remember doing it from reading. So main idea and details. So getting rid of cockroaches. So that would include things like traps, poison, green methods, and then prevention stuff. And that should feel kind of familiar to you, right? So boxes and bullets are a great structure to try. Another one that you can try is compare and contrast. And what's interesting about compare and contrast is that we can do things within our topic, or we can do things outside our topic. So I'm going to do getting rid of cockroaches and mice. So mice and cockroaches, getting rid of them. I'm going to stick with that topic. And I'm going to think about what are the similarities. So both can be hard to get rid of, and both are attracted to food. I could keep going, but I'm going to jump over to differences just so you can see how that goes. Differences, let's see. Mice are bigger and need bigger traps. I could keep going, but I think you see what I'm doing. I'm trying that same topic of getting rid of cockroaches, but I'm adding it with the structure similarity and differences. Okay, now I'm going to try it with another structure. This time I'm doing it with pros and cons. So the positives and the negatives, or you do a happy face and sad face. I'm going to do a little T-chart to help me here. And so I'm going to think about the pros and cons for getting rid of cockroaches, right? So the pros are less messy, cleaner, healthier, less embarrassing when people come over to visit, right? All right, now I want you to notice as I'm going through all this, I'm a little bit fast. My handwriting isn't the neatest. That's because I'm still generating ideas. I'm more focused on my ideas than I am on the other stuff. I will work on the other stuff, but not at this point. So now I'm going to go in the minuses of getting rid of cockroaches. Well, they are living creatures, right? And so we should respect them. They are part of the food chain. Okay, so now I'm starting to go into like, what are the negatives of getting rid of cockroaches? Now let's try one more structure before we go. And that is, we can think about causes and effects. If this happens, then this happens. When this happens, then this happens. Or another way to look at that is problems and solutions. If the problem is then the solution is they're sort of related. I'm going to go with the if then. So I'm going to go put up here then if I use poison, then it could be dangerous to pets. If I clean to keep food away, then my house will be cleaner, but it will take a lot of time. All right. So I'm just going to pause right there on trying different stuff out. So the point of this is not actually for you to do all of these or to include all of these in your piece. It's more of a way like those kids, my kids in the sandbox playing with the sand. It's trying out your topic in a different way and hopefully giving you some new thinking, some new ideas that you might not have had if you kept talking about your topic in the same way over and over again. Like, I have kind of gotten into a habit of just talking about types of cockroaches, and this is giving me a whole lot of other thinking that I could include. So if you'd like to try this today, you might try one, you might try four, try each one for like a minute or two and then move on. You might try your topic with boxes and bullets. So that's that main idea and detail type thing. You might want to do compare and contrast. So taking your topic and looking at some aspect of it and thinking about how it is similar or different to something inside of it or outside of it. So for me, it was cockroaches and mice. And then you might think about pros and cons. What are the positives and negatives of your topic, or what are the positives and negatives of some aspect of your topic? So in my case, what are the pros and cons of getting rid of cockroaches? And then finally, cause and effects. Another way to look at this is to think about problems and solutions, but if then. So if this happens, then this happens, or problem could be, then the solution could be. So those are just some options for you to consider in terms of structure. And then when you've played with it a little bit, you might try another shot at your table of contents. Happy writing, information writers.